Happy 4th of July. For this video, I'm going to show you how to solve a Rubik's Cube. I'm going to use a special 4th of July edition, and I know it's a special American holiday because I had to order this from China. Welcome to solving a Rubik's Cube Patriotic Edition. We are going to get, first off, the yellow side, and then we're going to work our way down. The first step is something called the cross. What you're going to do is try to get yellow, 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 and yellow here, and not just yellow here. Oh, I've got one there. Not just yellow here and here, but we also want them to match on the side, and that's really a critical piece for solving Rubik's Cube. You don't solve them side by side or face by face. You have to solve them all at one time. So I'm going to actually twist this one around till it lines up. I've got yellow, yellow, and green, green. So that is my first piece in the correct location. You are one step closer to being Rubik's Cube solver. Now, what I want to do is look around for other pieces that are yellow on one side and something else. So this one here is yellow and blue. So I want to line it up with the blue there and the yellow there. So again, I am making this cross. Notice the green is lined up, the blue is lined up. This one here ended up being really lucky, so I'm just going to get rid of it because I don't work by luck. Let's find that orange piece and bring it back. Where are you? Over here. So this is the orange piece that I just moved out. Sometimes you'll get a piece, situation where the color that you're solving for, the face you're solving for, is on the bottom. You can turn that around until it lines up and then flip it over and it will come right into place. So now we have 3 of the 4 pieces we need. I did see that red and yellow one there. I'm going to do this one a little differently because I could just bring it to there and bring it up, but there are some situations that you'll see where they'll be like this, and I want to show you an example of how to take care of that. There's a couple of ways that you can do that. The first way is that you would bring it over to one side. You can see that piece. Now I'm going to line it up with the red and then bring it up. And that's fine to do it that way. But you can also, and don't be afraid to do this, you can also move and twist the top, and that might save you a little bit of time. So instead, let's say this was here, right there. Instead of doing some elaborate move to get this one lined up with that, if I twist the top and then bring the red piece so that it's lined up there, when I turn the top back, notice how I'll bring it back to where the other pieces are lined up and line that one up. So don't be afraid to move the top as long as you turn it back to where it started. So that is the first step. You have the cross lining up with the colors on the side. Step number 2, bringing the corners into place. There's a couple of moves that, that you'll do to do that. Let's see. Here we go. This is a perfect place to start. I have a yellow, orange, and blue piece. That piece is going to set right here. Yellow up, orange, and blue. So if I want it to go into that place, I can do that in one of 2 ways. This way is to line it up right underneath where it needs to go, and then I will turn the face that has the yellow on it, and then bring the yellow so that they line up. Again, I'm watching that the blue lines up, and when I bring it into place, look at that. I've got the orange, the blue, and the yellow all in place. This one here is right underneath, so I'm going to do that one next. Same exact method. I turn the face, I line up those yellows, and then bring it back up top. I have this one here, red, green, and yellow. I'm going to do that one a little differently. I want that one to go in here, right? Yeah. Red, green, yellow. I want that one to go in right there. So what I'm going to do with this one that's a little bit different, and you can watch, if I hold it at this angle, you'll be able to see it. If I turn this down first, Then I bring the yellow across. They line up, and I can bring it up to the top. It's kind of like, I know this one's going to end up there, so I move this down, bring it in place, and then I can bring that back up. Now this one is going to be a little bit tricky because it's already where I want it, but I want to turn it. So instead of doing an algorithm to actually turn that, I'm just going to get it out of that place and then put it back into that place, either using this method where I turn the face, or I could do this method where I turn the side, line up the yellows, and then bring it in. Both ways would work. Now I have one side solved, totally solved, and the edges of it are solved as well with my center pieces lined up. That is the second step. Step number 3 is that I'm going to put these pieces into place. Here, 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 and here. To do that, you need to have your first algorithm. An algorithm is just a series of moves that you are going to repeat over and over. This algorithm, you can use this one algorithm and it will put these pieces into place. You just have to do it 4 different times. Once to put this piece, red and green, into place, and then once to put this one in, and this one in. So let's start with this piece, the red-green piece. I line up the red pieces, and then I turn it away from where I want it to eventually go. So it's going to go there, I bring it over to here. This is the algorithm that I will then do. I start on the side where I want it to end up, and I turn this way. Then I'm going to turn the bottom kind of away, bringing that yellow. You see the yellow pieces that are lined up? I'm pushing that away. Then I'm going to bring those yellow pieces back up to there. And then I'm going to push the bottom back. And then I do this move that you've seen before where I turn the face, line up the yellows, and bring it back. I'll show you that same algorithm 3 more times, so you'll get to see it a couple more times. I don't know, there is a notation or a way to write it down, but I'm trying not to use too technical terms in here because this is a tutorial for beginners, so you'll just need to memorize these. Here you go. So this is the blue and red. I want it to end up there. So I'm going to turn it away from where it wants to go. Or in other words, I turn the bottom side counterclockwise. And this is the algorithm. I turn the right side counterclockwise, the bottom, the right side back, the bottom side back. And now I'm going to do the face this way, the bottom, look at that. When I turn them up, I've got the blue and red exactly where I want them to be. Let's look at our next piece. Oh dear. This is a situation where all 3 of these pieces have flags on them. That means this piece needs to go here and this piece needs to go here. That means I need to perform the algorithm 1 time just to get one of these pieces out of there. It doesn't matter which one of these I put in there, so I'm just going to do the algorithm. Right side, down, right side, down. And then I turn my face, the bottom, and back. Now I've put one of the flag pieces in there. It doesn't matter which one I did, but what I successfully did was to take this piece, the orange-green piece, out. And now I'm going to put that orange-green piece into there. This is good for us. We'll get to see the same algorithm from the other side. So let's do this. I turn the left side, the bottom, the left side back, bottom back. And then I turn my face, the bottom, and bring it back up. And look, I've put the orange-green piece in place. Not only that, I brought out the final piece that I need, which is the blue-orange piece. Turn it away from where I want it to eventually go, and then do the algorithm. Right side, bottom, right side, bottom. Turn the face, the bottom, and the face. Trying to move my hands out of the way so you can see everything that's turning. What we've done here is solve 2/3 of the Rubik's Cube. You're 2/3 of the way to solving and becoming a true Rubik's Cube champion solver. Solving the bottom layer of a Rubik's Cube is, there's lots of different ways to do it. So I'm going to show you one way, and this is just in sort of a large way. I'm going to first get the 4 corners into place. Then I'm going to turn them so that they are oriented correctly. Then I'm going to worry about the kind of the cross on the bottom there, or the interior middle pieces there. So first, to make sure that they are in the correct spot, I saw I had an orange and an orange, so I'm lining them up underneath. It's orange, green, blue, orange. And then you see I have red, blue is what I'm trying to get, and this is red, green. This should be red, green here. So I need to switch these 2 pieces. There is an algorithm for switching the 2 front corners, and this is what it is. First, you turn the right counterclockwise, the bottom counterclockwise, the right goes back, and then I turn the face clockwise. Now I'll turn the bottom clockwise 1 space, and then I'm going to undo the previous moves I did. So face goes counterclockwise, right comes counterclockwise, the bottom comes in, lining up those yellows that bring them back home to the top there. If I spin the bottom 2 times, you will see that now the blue and red do line up, and the red and green line up as well. So now all of the 4 corners are in exactly the right places. So I'm going to show you that algorithm one more time. Right side, bottom, right side back, and the face turns. You turn the base or the bottom, the downside 1 time, and then you bring this back. The exact opposite of what you did before. I'm going to turn the bottom twice so that you can see what I did. I moved the blue and red to there, and the red and green to there. Now, again, I have to change them again, so you're going to see that algorithm one more time. Right, bottom, right goes back. The face turns, turn the bottom 1 time clockwise, and then face goes counterclockwise, right goes counterclockwise, the bottom, and then lined them up, brought them home, and here let's bring those back, and you'll see that I put them in the correct location. So that's the next step. They orienting these into the, or not orienting them, putting them into the correct location. Now I'm going to spin them in place. To spin them in place, this is actually set up so that I can solve it in 1 step. To spin them in place, what I get is this one, and then sort of the leading edge there, and there will be the pieces that turn downwards. And this is the algorithm to do that. I'll show this to you 1 time. The right side, and then you go counterclockwise on the bottom, right side goes back, counterclockwise again on the bottom, right side goes back, and then you spin the bottom 2 times. Because it's spinning 2 times is halfway around, it doesn't matter which direction you do that. And then we bring the right side back. Notice what that did. It gave me my flag pieces, all of them on the bottom. I'm going to do that algorithm again, just so you can see that. So I go right side, bottom, right side back, bottom, right side back. The bottom goes twice, and then we bring that back. All right, when I did that, it gave me the opposite here, where I have the flag piece here, 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 and here. And if you do come to a situation where it looks like this, where you've got flag and then the leading edges here, here, and here, you can bring all of those edges to the bottom by doing it this way. You go the left side, the bottom, left side, bottom, left side, and then twice. So it's very similar algorithm, the exact same thing as what you did. That puts all of the corners in the correct place and the correct orientation. There was one thing that I didn't do, and that is, what if there's like 2? Here, I'll show you. What if you come to a situation where there's 4 that don't match? I've always had, with all of those 3, there was always 1 space that had a flag and then 3 spaces without. So look at those exact same spots that I told you and try to pick the orientation that will give you 1 spot on 1 flag space on the bottom side. So this one here would be green, blue, flag, flag. That would give you 2 flags. You don't want that. Orange, flag, flag, orange. You don't want that. Red, flag, orange, blue. So that one will give you 1 flag space down. So that's where you would pick to go. Turn it straight towards yourself and do that algorithm. Right, bottom, right, bottom, right, bottom twice. And now you have 1 flag space. Turn that so that that's your face, and then right, bottom, right, bottom, right, bottom, bottom. And then you've got flag, 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 and flag. All right. Sorry I took a little bit more time on that one, but again, that's just one algorithm that you can use to get those 4 oriented in the right place and not moving. Now we're going to focus on the centerpieces, or kind of the cross of the bottom. What we want to get is this, what we have here, one face completely solved, because the algorithms I'm going to show you change this one, and this one, and they rotate them around. So you see this one's green, that one would go there, this one would go there, and this one would go there. So if we rotate them this way, you would go orange there, green there, red there. And that's exactly what we want. We would want to rotate this counterclockwise. Orange to that side, green to that side, and red to that side. But there's 2 algorithms that I want to show you, and I want to show you them to you in both directions. So I'm going to start by actually turning this clockwise, and I'm going to show you an algorithm that will keep this face the same direction. So that's going to keep the orange one down. So I'm not solving it on this one, but sometimes you'll get a flag piece there that needs to stay, and this is the algorithm that you would use. You turn the face. This is the longest algorithm I'm going to show you. The face turns, and whichever direction you turn the face, that's the direction it's going to turn. So if you start turning counterclockwise, you would spin these counterclockwise. Orange going there, green going there, red going there. I'm going to turn it clockwise, and then the side away from, like the yellow is kind of my top, right? The upside. Side away from that is going to come towards you. The back is actually going to go the same direction that the original face went. Then I turn this back and bring my face and my back. So I've got most of my yellows all there, except that one. And I'm going to, if you turn this, and it's okay to turn this, I'm basically going to do that algorithm that we've sort of done that one a little bit, of bringing that one up. So again, what that did, it brought that orange one down here. So if I do that same exact algorithm now, it will bring this one down here, keeping this flag side down. Same algorithm. So I'll show you what that would look like. Face turning that way, brings towards you. The back turning that same direction. Left side back, face and back, and then the base coming this way, the back, downside, and then we've actually solved the Rubik's Cube completely. Oh, and look at that, the flag actually was oriented properly. But there's one algorithm that I want to show you that we haven't done yet, so I'm going to actually mess up the cube again, using that same the algorithm I'm going to solve with, just so that you can see how to do that one as well. So this the one algorithm that I'm going to show you, the last one, it rotates it counterclockwise or clockwise, and it brings it straight across, keeping this on the bottom. So this is the orange side going across, staying the same way that it is. Okay, so I'm going to have the bottom, and it's going to solve everything else. This is the algorithm. You take the right side, and it goes counterclockwise, and the left side goes clockwise. So you saw that. You could also do just the middle coming down, but I like to think of this as these two come down, and then depending on how I turn this, if I want it to turn clockwise, I would turn it like this, one space. If I want it to turn counterclockwise, I go one space that way. Counterclockwise one. Now I'm going to bring the yellows back, turn the bottom twice, bring the piece over there, and then basically undo what I've just done. Turn two sides, bring that together, and there we go. So that would be the way to do it. So happy 4th of July. I hope that that was a helpful video for you for solving Rubik's Cube. Again, for beginners, if you like that video, please like and subscribe. And I will see you next week as we do more fun videos on solving puzzles. Have a wonderful day.